Yes, we should be live here. Can you check, please? Let me mute it for a sec. Alright, should be good in here. नमस्ते सबैजनालाई यो हाम्रो फर्स्ट टेस्ट स्ट्रिम 2024 को डिसेम्बर 30 को दिनमा अहिले बजिरहेको छ 12 बजेर 14 मिनट दिउँसोको. सो this is going to be a test stream 2025. I will try my best to accommodate more of these kind of live stream where I would be sharing my experience, what I see on the charts, and you can follow along for educational purposes. Meaning, यसलाई लिएर कुनै पनि फाइनेन्शियल डिसिजन बाई सेल जेसुकै गर्नुभयो भने त्यो आफ्नो जिम्मामा गर्नु होला. That's it, not a financial advice. Any decision that you take would be your own responsibility and should not be taken as a financial advice. So, without further ado, let's get into the charts and see what we're looking at. So now, let me clear some of these charts real quick. So these are, while these are important key price points or reversal point, we'll get on to 15-minute time frame first, which is very good. Let's remove this one too. So right before this, I was just doing me, and I just out of nowhere decided to do a test stream to see how 2025 is going to be like, and see if there's any kind of errors that may occur, and to identify and rectify those beforehand. So this price right here. Before that, there's so much, you know what, we'll hide. So this is paper trading, and what we're going to do is we're going to reset right here and start it fresh. So 1000 whatever. So for now, we are even going to log out of that for now, and just see where we are at on bigger scheme of things. So weekly chart, it's like this. So this is not going to be a beginner friendly session just for this one, but I will try to post some beginner friendly content so you can get up to speed and then follow along. But bear with me for now. This is where we are at on a weekly chart. Expecting this week to continue to the downside, and it's already started doing that. So I don't feel super comfortable with that. I need some kind of pullback to get in. This is a daily. Today's Monday. Opened up, and London, it just slammed down. So because it did that, now I want to see some kind of price movement into the range. That's what I'm expecting. The 4-hour candle closes at 2, so we have hour and 42 minutes of trading still left, and this was the target I was expecting for the New York session, but we went through it during London, so that makes it not very let's say it already did what it did. So I would rather stay on the sideline and wait until something changed in order to get in. So now we can put the lipstick back on, and as we can see, so this was the fair value gap. At 9:30 we slammed down, created another fair value gap, and then this price is not anything very particular in here. It's that consolidation on Friday, which after which it started rallying. So I'm looking at this low here and then the London low there for my targeting purpose. So it's good that it's going up. So by just looking at this, when we see it is going up, first question that we need to ask is, where is the price going? Meaning, the price is moving. The first thing that you need to be able to identify is, where is the price going? So in this case, I would say right here, this is the inefficiency right here, and which I think is the most likely draw 2, and after that it can do whatever. It can either get all the way up here and clear the London highs, which it can do, not saying today, not saying this session, but it can do that. But we need to wait for more information and just follow and work with what the price is giving us. So now this is 15-minute, pretty clear, not anything so ambiguous, nothing crazy. By just looking at that, now we can drop into 1 minute straight away with all the narrative that we built around price. So when we started at 9:30, started going down, we were digging deeper, and this gave the confidence for all this price be moving up, and let's say it tipped its hand. So this is Nasdaq, it is higher, and if we look on ES, now that is lower. So what does that mean? That's an SMT, which is another advanced concept. It's not too advanced, but it's it takes a while to put that together, like put 2 and 2 together to make sense of it. But this gives very important information. So while it went lower, Nasdaq was higher. So that told that, okay, maybe the price is not going any lower, start looking higher. And then after that, it rallied higher, left that fair value gap, came into, tapped the 50%, and then you can see, no need to explain the hindsight chart, because everybody can trade hindsight, right? So what we try to do here is we try to find where it is going beforehand and try to see if we can find any opportunity in that direction. While we will go through theory and like these are the things that it can do, we will discuss that in theory, but the sole purpose of this channel is entertainment purpose, meaning I'm just documenting my progress and I'm sharing what I see in price beforehand. And anybody who is really interested in learning more, you can give this channel a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification item, so notification bell icon, so you know when I'm going live, which I will post the schedule as we get into the year. But this is a test stream, and I think everything should be good with sound, with video. I'm gonna go back and check and see if there's any errors, problems, or not anything as expected. But if everything goes well, this will kind of be the kind of schedule or pattern, or this is going to be the way how it is going to be done. So now what we're expecting is the price to get up here, right? That is very important, like where is the price going and where has the price been. So if we're looking at this price factor right here, and this, I think we will slice right through, given, I don't know what is that, let me see. Okay, this is important, but it's not too important now. Let me see what is that. Okay, this is that. Okay, it is kind of important, but when we have liquidity, we can use that later, but we have something else that we can use, so we're not going to bother too much about that. And now we are looking at this price fractal right here, this leading up here. So this gave the information to us that the price may be reaching to an inefficiency above, and then after that, as you can see, it spiked higher, came down into inefficiency, took that liquidity, left an inefficiency right here, came in, and this is also the first presented fair value gap right here. So 933, we created a displacement, we came and covered that and we displaced lower, and we used that once to give that push down. And after that, what we would usually get, what information we would get from the first presented fair value gap is we are looking to trade intraday, and if we are bearish, we would like to see the price stay below that first presented fair value gap. That would be ideal with all the other confluences, not just one. So you need multiple confluences to back your trade idea, and read the signs when you see that the price might have reversed or it's starting retracement. So another important one that we were making note of a little while ago, it was this right here. So what that is, this is significant because we are watching structure, highs and lower highs, higher highs and higher lows. Sorry, it doesn't matter too much. As you can see, it's not too much about what you call it, it's what you make out of it, meaning put in a logic behind that, right? So the whole logic was this. So this right here, we're gonna zoom in on this price fractal right here, and give me the benefit of doubt because it already happened and I cannot go back and start a stream, but this was the markup, and we will see that in the future too. So this is not going to be the one and only time, but as we had that SMT there, and then we went above and came into this and started retracing even here, like let's say even here, because this at that time was a 15-minute bearish fair value gap, but we went above and came down. So at this point clearly we were looking higher. So now with that information, we zoom in on this price fractal right here, this piece of action, right? So now when we violated this high here, we retraced deep into this fair value gap and then spring higher, this on a smaller time frame, meaning algorithmic, or whatever you call it, it doesn't matter what you call it, but it's important that you understand that there are stops. So whoever was on this this leg trying to capture the price, most likely when it came down here, some of them who are ill-equipped and who don't know where the price is going, they might have caught off guard in here, and that is the point of liquidity. So this, what it is, it's in simple terms, it's liquidity resting below here. So it purged that liquidity, and right here this candle gave the information that okay, we took that liquidity, now we want to run. And this is very important thing. Until this, just this candle solo does not give all the information. It gives you an idea which you can build a framework around, and then work your way towards your target. So as we mentioned, this is the target, and we are still looking at that target until that gets hit or something changes significantly. We are not going to doubt it or change. Oh, like it went a couple candle. By just looking at these couple candles, we can't say that, oh, now it's going lower. No, like the higher time frame draw is up here, so we're going to stick to that. And similarly, we might get another live example here, right? So see this one, this is similar to this situation right here. So here we did not actually go below that low, but we came into that here and then started going down, started going up, and then started going up. Now I would like to assume that given that we are so close to the target, we might not pull too deep, but it's not saying that it cannot. But that's my perception on price, right? You need to have your kind of story behind price, how you understand price, and basically put a logic behind why you're doing what you're doing. So now it's too close, and now I don't want to get overzealous and like, super confident and, oh, like, look, it's going there. But that was our target from the low. After this get hit, then we need to see how the price reacts, how the price takes in that information, and we will see what it does next. But until then, we're sticking to the bullish bias, right? So now let's get back. We took that liquidity, spring up higher, came down into that same reclaimed fair value gap. That's what it is. It went up, came down and took liquidity, and once we go above and break this structure, this becomes a reclaimed fair value gap, and it has certain characteristics of it being certainly respected. If it doesn't get respected, it could mean two things. It could mean either the price has topped and it might not go any higher, and maybe see a retracement, but maybe not reversal, because we have not been into that inefficiency up. So it could be a retracement, but I would like to say it could not be a retracement. It could be, sorry, it could be a retracement, but not reversal. That's very important. And after we did that, created a fair value gap, and everything is doing as it was coded to do, right? So 12:30 is right almost here. That's half an hour in the lunch hour, which is 12 to 1. So with that, now let's get back to 15-minute and see what we have here, right? Very important, very 15-minute, 1 minute, and another important one is 4 hour, which we will touch base on once we get into the streams in the future. I don't have an exact schedule of when I'm going to do, or like like the dates and days, but I will try my best to make it so the interested people can catch some of the accent and get more understanding on price. So now there's not a whole lot to do, but what we can do right now, as we are waiting for price to do what it does, we'll set an alert here, crossing up, and we'll go and check out ES, which is a correlated market also. And as we can see, same thing, right? This also has that 15-minute fair value gap here, which has not been traded yet. MNQ or NQ, doesn't matter, regardless, it's the same thing. Also same. So now that already makes it high probability draw. So there's also that right there. So now there's not a whole lot of talking to do, and then look at that. So now is the time, if we were in any kind of trade or any kind of position, to take something off. You can do it in a couple ways. You can either take it right here, or you can move the stop, roll the stop, and do all that business. But the best way, given in these kind of moves, would be, best situation is you figure it out, because I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but as you go and start to see more of the price action, and then that suits your personality, right? So 15-minute, again, getting back, 15-minute is key, and that gives us majority of the information, and we could make a killing if we choose to do so by just looking at a 15-minute chart. So on this price fractal right here, we had two 15-minute bearish fair value gap, which we inverted to go higher. So this one did not even get tapped into. Would have been better if it did, but it already did the job here with a long wick, and then it started going higher. And if I were in any kind of position here, and which would mean to be very safe, it if worst 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 situation, it could be here. I'm saying it to be like the absolute worst, meaning I did not enter here below, which I did, but I'm not gonna say because I don't have proof, so we'll keep that for the next one. But I was already anticipating this SMT, meaning Nasdaq not taking this low, but it did some weird things in here, and even if that position was collapsed, another one was right here. And the best entries how we could do is we could use this high, that would be the change in state of delivery, meaning it went up, went down, so it should not have crossed that. So when it did this candle right here, could have been taken like that. If push comes to self, let's even say that one. And this is a hypothetical situation, not gonna stress too much about this one, but we will definitely see similar kind of trade setups forming live in the future. So with that, that could have been one here, another fair value gap, pyramid in here, and then how much comfortable or until when I could pyramid would be the 50% and below. So this could have been the last pyramid, not anything above here. Anything above here could be partial or some kind of take profit, right? Right here, we didn't do that. Actually, what we did, if we felt shy of that target, came deep down into discount one more time, we are going to reverse that. Yes. And we came one more time into discount and then took off. Came retracement, took off. Came retracement, took off. So price has been really clear and directional, meaning it was tipping its hand, but the most important thing was you being able to identify beforehand. And that kind of started late, but that would complete this session here. And I hope you find value in that, because you should. And if you are not, you are really missing a lot. I'm not gonna stress too much about what you should do and what you should not, because that's your job. But I want you to ask yourself, what could you do with this information? Simple, meaning there's two kind of people, right? So let's talk away from the price for a little bit, because now the price can retrace, reverse, it can do whatever. We need more information, and in the meanwhile, what we can do is we can observe and work a little bit on the mindset, right? Looking at the example that I just showed you, we were not even here, we were down here. Even if we looked at that, that was like what, 36, 38, 40 points, say easy 40 points. So there's two kind of people in this space, like educational space or like, you know, critics space. There's one kind of people who looks past the smoke screen and takes the information. Okay, this person is talking about something that might be true, and they go into the charts and they try to see if that is true, and if it is not true, you will know clearly in very less amount of time. And that has to be determined by you, because nobody else is going to feed that to you, and that's not sustainable. And there's another kind of person, right, who would be like, oh, show me the real amount of money that you made, okay, what next? Or like, you know, tell me what to do, like where do I buy, where do I sell, you know, like that kind of people are toxic, meaning I will not be entertaining those kind of people. And I'm doing this for my own entertainment purpose, because I love it and this is my life. I mean, let's take it back. I mean, I love doing this, and I see myself going a long way in this. And on the journey together, if I can introduce this to a couple people, maybe one or two, like it doesn't matter, like, and it changes their their trajectory, or they have like, okay, maybe I can do this. That's all I care about. I'm not looking to make uh like extraordinary amount of money from, like, oh, I'm gonna talk to people or put the content out and I'm gonna make a lot of money. No, I'm gonna make a lot of money trading. And on the way, I plan on helping people, right? It might take me a while to figure out a way how to do it in an effective manner, but nobody is going to say that, oh, you need to do this, or uh, you are not entitled to anything. But if you are here to learn, I'm sure you will find tons of value in these live stream. So this by saying this, I'm not gonna do too much on one video. I hope that was insightful. And before I kind of cut the stream off, I'm just gonna keep a narrative perspective, or what next, kind of for the people who are really trying to learn. So what I'm looking here is like, this is the 15-minute the 15-minute imbalance. There's liquidity up here. That doesn't mean we need to take it right now. If we start showing sign of weakness here, and we create this small fair value gap in here, we start coming down, let it drop, and see what it does in here, right? That's what I am looking at going into the PM session. If we can get some kind of structure shift on 1 minute here, while we stay below that 50% here, maybe I would be thinking about looking for a scalp short. Not that I'm gonna do it today, because I'm done for the day, and that's how I plan on keeping these live stream. There would be one trade idea potential for study purpose demonstrated, and either it is a take profit or a stop loss, and then we are done for the day, and that's going to be it for me too. There's not going to be any more, oh, let me just stay in and then try to get another, because that's a vicious cycle, which should be avoided at all cost. So with this, now my expectation would be either we start mounting higher without slowing down, which would give us more information that we might get up here. But this is the really good area where you take profit. If you do not take profit in here, it can retrace deeper, and then the emotions come into play. I should have taken profit here, and then it starts coming down. You're not going to be satisfied with the amount that you have now, because you had a whole lot of open profit up here, and then that comes into a losing trade. So we want to prevent doing that by taking profit at a decent area. So if we have done that, taken some kind of profit here, and it's lunch hour, it's not the best time to be starting a position, because it's usually not too clean, but it was because we had a directional bias and target, or at least a draw. So it did work out, but that would be it for the lunch hour. And now from here, if we start mounting higher, we could run up these highs, or that would mean we don't need to run up those highs. And then if we start displacing lower, and then start going down, then this eventually is, these two areas are my next draw on liquidity, meaning I'm not looking higher, I'm looking lower. So from here, this is a very good retracement. Retracement can go all the way up to liquidity. If it did that, how I would engage that is, if it went above here, it has to come below this 15-minute fair value gap for me to take a short. But if not, if it went up here, came down here, and started rallying higher, that's not the trade that I would be interested in. So let me draw that out real quick. So from here, if we do this, some kind of pullback, and then like maybe say we came into here, came down there, some kind of path like this, and then maybe that one, right? So we could do one like here if we utilize inefficiency to liquidity. But if we go liquidity to liquidity, what it can do is can go up here, use this as a support, go here above those as much as here, right? Either this, or let's just say it can go up until here. But if even if it doesn't, once we get here, we are starting to look for the signs of bearishness or change in state of delivery, and then we'll see something like this, and after that same thing, we'll be looking down here maybe, and then eventually again I'm looking the draw liquidity is here. Basically that's what I'm looking at. On next video or on my community tab, I'm going to be posting an update on this and built on what it did, right? Looking by the signs, we're not stopping. I mean, it's looking good, I would say this one, but we'll see. All right, so we'll keep that right here, current interval only, so that when we go to lower time frame, we are not confused by what we are looking at, or like what is that. Yep. So that's it. Now if we don't stop here and we start mounting higher, I expect that to be like very quick delivery here, and trying to get quickly above that 15-minute fair value gap and using that as inversion again to get to this liquidity. Yeah, enough talking in here, but that's what my thought process is going into the PM session. And this is it. Thank you for tuning in at Logical Trader here. I'll see you on the next stream. Peace.